Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network. This is Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer. If it's a car, motorcycle, boat, or anything else with an engine in San Diego, it's on Racer Radio. Now, here's your host, Dave Stahl.
I know. All right, folks. Hey, welcome. This is Racer Radio, KCBQ AM 1170, 96.1 North County, AM 1170 in San Diego. We are The Answer. All right. Hey, we've got a young racer out of Barona Speedway, Garrett. How you doing, Garrett?
Good. How are you?
What are you driving?
Pure stock.
Pure stock. Now, what is a pure stock for people that don't know?
It's basically a factory. You got it all out and it's factory.
So you can't do any modification to the body. You can't modify the suspension. You can't put an airplane engine in it or any of that stuff.
Nope.
What is it? A Ford, Chevy, Chrysler?
It's a Chevy.
You're the man. I'll keep you on radio now. I don't like Fords. They don't run very well. I'm not a Ford guy, but that's another story. So what model Chevy? Chevelle?
Camaro.
Oh, Camaro.
Oh, even better.
Nice.
See?
So for people that may come to the track and watch you run, what color is it?
It's black and white.
Okay, what's your number?
20.
20. Any reason that you have a 20, or is that just the number that popped up?
Number that popped up.
Okay, so you don't have a favorite number yet?
Well, it was going to be 55, and that was already taken.
Yeah.
And how did you come up with 55?
My dad.
That was your number?
Yeah, I've been 55 since 1988.
Oh, wow.
In everything you've driven, you've had 55?
Yeah, 55, or actually back in the old Cajon days, it was 355.
I remember 355.
So is your theme song I Can't Drive 55? Just wondering.
That's what everybody
Since we were
gives me a
just
hard
talking
time
about Sammy
I'm
Hagar.
sure they did. And leave it to us not to attack that.
Wait, we have to.
The first car we had barely made 55.
So just because you're hanging around your dad, you kind of got the bug?
Yeah, I've had the bug since I was born, basically.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. So in other words, if I cut you, the oil will come out, right? No blood.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. So let me guess. You have aspirations of doing this professionally?
Semi.
Yeah. Why semi? Not 100% sure yet?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, the fun thing to do is you never know, because I know you like being around cars, right?
Yep.
Maybe get into engineering. Maybe learn how to work on them and design them, and I hang around those people all the time. Young kids that are young in their 20s and 30s.
Is Dad an engineer?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. To give you a little background on Garrett, he's 14 years old. He's never, ever driven a car on the street in his life.
Good.
And Saturday, or actually Friday, was the first time on the track. We went out and practiced, and he turned about 100 laps.
Wow.
We basically, he got off the track, got back in line,
Wow.
and I had a couple other drivers there with me that are in the division, and he wasn't going to race on Saturday night, just because we weren't sure if he would be ready to go.
Wow.
And so he got out there, and he drove real slow the first time,
Sure.
but by the end of the night, he was hammered. He was just going crazy. Everybody at the track is like, this is pretty cool. This kid's doing really good.
Yeah.
I looked at TJ Adams, who's one of the top guys out
Sure.
there, who's helped us out. Thanks, TJ. I go, TJ, is he ready to go? He goes, yep. Let's let him go.
Wow.
And Saturday was his first night ever, and pretty proud daddy.
Yeah, I guess.
So exciting.
So you're out there running laps, getting in line, running laps, getting in line. Were you a little intimidated at first?
For my first time, yeah, it was, and because
diving into turn one, hopefully at full speed. Then I got to turn left. Yeah. So that could be a little hair raising. And at first, were you out with anybody, or were you out by yourself?
For the practice, you're all out by yourself for the whole time,
right?
And then for the race.
Yeah, and we had a radio in his ear to help him out.
Well, that's good. I'm so glad, because I bet when all the other cars came out, you went, oh. Yeah. I'm not by myself anymore.
Back in the old days when I was 18, because I built my first car in the auto shop, and
sure.
I didn't have anybody.
No.
If anybody remembers old Harry Lockman.
Yeah.
He was actually helped me the very first time, and the first time he said, go hit the wall.
Yeah.
What? Go hit what? Go hit the wall? Well, that's what I told him, and I couldn't get him to hit the wall.
He knew better. How many laps would, okay, out of the 100, how many before you started saying, okay, this is going to work out just fine?
Like halfway through, three-quarters of the way.
And that's where you felt that you're at how was he doing time-wise?
To be honest with you,
we didn't
time it.
You weren't even thinking that he was even going to do anything, right?
Yeah, it was just.
It didn't matter.
Like it really didn't. It didn't matter. It was, teaching him where his turn-in points, where his braking points are,
right.
And he did awesome. Because I'm sitting there, go, brake, turn in hard,
gotcha.
Drive off hard, go hit the wall.
Yeah.
What? He didn't like that.
Did you tell him to quit saying that?
Yeah.
I would. Would you please stop telling me to hit the wall? Because I probably would.
About 3/4 away, he finally did. He nosed it into the wall once.
Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah. Well, you got to do it, right? If you don't, you got to know what it feels like. Because $20 says you were looking right straight at that spot you hit. What do you want to bet? Because
I don't think I was.
You never know. Normally, you'll end up if you're watching. If you get into a panic and lose it, and you look over and you see the wall, and you keep looking at the wall, you're going to hit the wall. Well, that's okay. But first time out, gosh, I'm sitting there talking about a career in racing, and that was your first drive Saturday night. What place did you come in? Which we don't care.
Well, see, how many cars were out there?
16.
So,
and you got 14th.
Perfect.
There was 2 cars.
Nothing wrong with that. Because mainly, I mean, and this is on dirt, right?
Yes.
So there's no traction. I mean, you're slipping and sliding, having yourself a gay all the time, right?
Yeah.
And we were first up, and first up has a nice sloppy track.
Really, and muddy.
It was just
gooey.
Yeah, it was, and they were trying to get the show off because they had the sprint cars there, the
Lightning Sprint,
California Lightning Sprint. So they were rushing the show through to make sure that we didn't stay too late. And it was snotty, and I was so proud because he didn't get anybody's way. He got lapped 4 times, but it didn't matter.
Oh, no. This is so would you say you got the bug? I mean, you thought you had the bug. Would you say you got the bug now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Did you sleep good that night? Probably not. Probably dreamt a lot. Because you probably ran the race over and over and over and over and over in your head.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just to say, what did I do wrong? Because do you sit down and critique him after the race? Probably not so much with this one.
We didn't much. He was just on too much of a high.
Yeah.
And all he wanted to do was hang out and talk to his friends. So
sure.
Pretty much, okay, we'll see you at the end of the night. Just make sure the car's loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you make him work.
I do not do anything on his car except for some welding.
Really?
I have a pro stock, and I don't work on my own car. I make him do it. And
but you get paid, right?
No.
What do you mean no? You don't pay?
I get paid by watching him race and enjoying my time.
By the way, she's a lawyer. If you ever need any help, she'll hook you up. We can start a case. Look at Michele sitting with a big guy.
I'm not getting in the middle of this. Not in the middle of fathers and sons and racing.
Yeah.
No.
So Garrett does do he does everything on the car so that he learns how.
Absolutely. I was just giving you guys a hard time because that's the only way to do it. Trust me. When you get older, then it's fun to fly in, jump in a car, run it, get out of the car, get in the limo, and leave. But that day's a long way away. So talk about some of your sponsors.
Well, my sponsors are... let me pull it up. My sponsors are Racers Against Drugs.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Jessica
Schaefer,
right? Uh-huh.
We've had her in.
Yeah, she gave me a sticker and I put it on the car, sport that.
Yeah.
Great.
And then Mark Norris Racing. He's helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
And Terry Adams and Terry Adams Jr. from AdFab Racing. They've helped me out a lot. And GRC Performance Engines.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Ed Hale's old shop.
Oh, yeah.
That's Gary over at Ed Hale's.
Oh, no. You got Ed Hale power under that thing?
Yeah. My car was the first pony that Ed Hale ever drove.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Well, it gives me goosebumps. Will you stop that? Anyway, moving right along. What else you got?
Countywide Towing. Billy Baldwin's helped me out and his crew.
It's always nice to have a tow truck.
Yeah, it is.
It's always nice to have a tow truck for a sponsor.
And Dave always says, get a food sponsor.
Yeah,
too.
you got a food sponsor?
No, I do not.
Who's that guy that Sombrero? Because
that was Chris Boyer.
They used to do Chris Boyer. In fact, Chris Boyer went out and did a celebrity race, and I had Sombrero on the hood. You need to go talk to Sombrero. You like Mexican food?
Yep.
It's really good with food, too. It's really, really good food. Who else you got?
I would actually like to thank my dad, Dewey Myers, and my dad's friend BJ, Mike Learwell, and my family for supporting me and helping me along the way.
What about Mom? She's about 1.5 feet away from
Yep.
smacking you in the back of the head. Because I got a feeling she had something to do with keeping you in line as well, right?
Yep.
There you go.
By being the supported mother
Yeah.
as she is.
Yep.
There you go. Well, this has been a fun-filled hour. What do you think, kid?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, good. Garrett,
Last
what do you
words
think?
from Garrett. Okay.
Good.
Last words. What do you
Garrett,
got
we
for
wanted
us?
to hear the story about how he got his racing name, his team name.
What's his team name?
B Average Racing.
Oh, yeah. How's that go?
It is so I have to have a B average to race each race.
But you had to have an A average to even get a car last year, right?
Yes.
Your dad is such a nice guy, giving you a little bit of slack, huh? All right, buddy. We're going to see you down the road, and we'll see you on KUSI, folks.
Thanks for coming in, you guys.
We are The Answer, 96.1 North County, AM 1170, San Diego. We are The Answer.
Happy trails.
Happy trails.
Who cares about the clouds if we're together?
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather.
Happy trails to you till we meet again. Some trails.
Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.